All right, if you click this video, it's probably because you're looking at the Fern or the gaming Embody from Herman Miller. And the reality is the Haworth Fern and the Embody are both really good chairs, but I'm gonna give you my straight up opinion right now on these two chairs. And the first thing I'm gonna say is that the Embody is a better built chair. It just looks better, it feels more sturdy as a quality. Now, ironically, sitting on a saddle seat, if you've ever seen Sally's saddle, but these chairs are phenomenal. So we're gonna go through them. We're gonna talk about the specs, but again, I'm not trying to do a detailed review. There's a million other great videos out there for that. Really what I'm looking to do is share my feedback as someone who's been using them for the last couple of weeks and share with you exactly what I think. All right, first up, so when you talk about the actual Herman Miller, when you look at these chairs in comparison, they do look incredible on their own. Both chairs are well-built quality, and I certainly did not have any concerns with either of them. But as you sit in these chairs and you sort of go through them, some things become very, very evident. The build quality, the back adjustment, and the curvature of the back, as well as how upright it sits in supporting you, comparatively speaking, as well as how the back support sits. All right, so I'm at my desk and I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm talking about. So if you come down here, you can see how this arm butts up against these desks, and there's this space between my stomach and the desktop. There is no way to get around that without dropping the arm. And at that point, you lose your elbow rest because your shoulders now dip down below, and you just don't get the support that you need. It's an absolute ridiculous design flaw. I'm not a fan of it. It almost made me return this chair. It's frankly the reason I bought the Haworth is purely on that issue. I was so irritated by it. But the build quality is so much more superior. I just couldn't roll with the Haworth. So here we are. I've figured out since that you can rotate the actual back support crank. So back here, there's a crank. You can rotate that all the way forward, and then you push yourself forward. And because you're pushed forward, this gap between the arms that makes between your stomach and the desk is not so tolerable. So that's a little hack and experience I've had with the chair so far. Back curvature sits fine for me. It's a subtle thing. Unless you've got real back problems in the upper back and you're super sensitive, I would not worry about it. I think also, I've heard that the Embody Logitech Gaming is better than the standard. So if you're going for one or the other, go for the gaming. The material is a lot cooler than the Fern. So that's another big bonus that you get when you use the Fern. So I would also take a note to that. If you're someone who sits in their seats are constantly hot, then having cooler material is definitely going to be helpful as well. So for me, the main thing again was being able to kind of open my legs up and feel comfortable there on the seat. Both the Fern, Embody, and the Gesture would allow you to do that. So you get that as soon as you step outside the Air-On. The arms, I had no idea how important that was. The Embody really struggles with the arms. So if that's a big variable for you, the arms are gonna be tricked because you cannot lock fully in with the Embody arms. I've thought about sawing these things off. That's how much they've driven me nuts. But then I'm like, I've kind of gotten used to it, but I still don't love it. But it's really the best construction, seat, material, and back kind of wrapping against my back support. And I really like the feel of the arms. So I'm in this weird conundrum where I love everything else about the chair, but that one little detail, and it did change a lot when I rotated the back support all the way forward. I had no idea that a lot of people prefer that. I thought it was like that would be extreme, but I found videos where people are like, yes, rotate the back support maximum forward. You'll see it really closes the distance, and then the arms aren't as unreasonable. But for $2,000, Herman Miller has had this chair out for at least 4 or 5 years. There's no reason they shouldn't be putting a 40 back mechanism or 40 arm mechanism on their arms. For being out for 4 or 5 years, this model of chair, this design, Logitech Gaming Embody, there's no reason they shouldn't have adapted a 4D style arm to this chair. For that price point, you should have figured out a mechanism to do something like that, because that's just a functional, clearly needed thing that people I've seen on the forums, on Reddit, I've seen them in YouTube even comment on review videos that's an issue. And it is. It's genuinely a super annoying issue. You can buy cheap little cushions to put on top of the arms, which, give an extra cushion so your elbows can sit, and then they can slide in, you can lock in more. It's kind of an alternative, but it just doesn't look that great. And it also isn't, in my opinion, the best approach. I want the chair to be what the chair is. I don't like to modify stuff once I've bought it. So that's kind of my final thoughts on that. I hope this helped you. And if it did, drop a comment below and let me know. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video.